Hello. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. You guys know the deal. If you have any cleansing items such as sage, palo santo, incense, go ahead and reach for those items. Begin your cleansing process, making sure that there is a window or a door opened in your space. So as you cleanse any negative energy, you give it a nice clear place to exit. As we begin rooting down into the earth, grounding ourselves into the present moment. Hope you guys are doing well today. This is probably the last video I'm going to make before I'm in my new place. But I missed you, so I wanted to speak with you. It smells so good. I have a new singing bowl. It plays the note E, which is for the solar plexus, which is where a lot of us feel our anxiety, so it's definitely the singing bowl I wanted to start with. So as we root down into the earth, let's push those sits bones into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Feeling the mind clear. Creating internal space. And as the brain begins to create thoughts to take you out of your current peaceful place, gently push those thoughts away. And remember that any noises that we hear during our meditation are simply tools so that we can use our ears, the sense of hearing, to tap even further into this life experience. Remembering that the senses help connect us. Becoming aware of the lungs expanding on every inhalation. And on every exhalation, releasing a little more tension. As you release that tension, feel yourself energetically rise, energetically lift, and feel your heart open. Feel your mind open to new possibilities. And remind yourself that you are limitless. Nothing and no one can determine your life path. You are in control. Begin to wiggle the fingers. Begin to wiggle the toes, breathing at a normal pace. Coming out of meditation, keeping the gaze low, continuing to breathe, and when you're ready, lifting your gaze, taking in the room around you. I don't know about you guys, but my room is pretty messy. Yeah, I cannot wait to move. I cannot wait. Living in a chaotic house is not for me. let's talk. So, I didn't really know. I have so many messages swirling in my head for you guys, and I'm excited about making content after I move. But the message that is really speaking to me right now is letting you guys know how important it is to make space for your higher self, to clear the way for your higher self. We are beings that work in a trinity. A lot of people know this trinity as the Holy Spirit. I can't think of it right now. But pretty much the mind, body, and spirit. And a lot of times we're taught to focus on the body and the mind. And the spirit is the higher self. So a lot of times we're like, oh, I feel this way. My back hurts, my head hurts, I'm hungry. Or in your head, I don't like this. This makes me mad. Why are things this way? But we don't really make space for our souls, for our spirits, for our higher selves. Now, the reason that I wanted to say that is because you don't have to work to get to your higher self. Your higher self is always there. Your higher self will never leave you. Your higher self is working even now, even if you can't hear that voice of clarity. But a way to identify that higher self is knowing that the higher self's voice is always grounded in love. Always. Love for yourself, love for your neighbor, love for this earth, love for your life experience. Your higher self is what connects you to source. So the reason why creating space for your higher self is so important is because for two reasons. One, because it helps you connect to what you really want. It helps you connect to who you really are. And that's what this life experience is all about. Two, connecting to your higher self gives way, it breaks the dam for your manifestations. If you're not in touch with your higher self, it is impossible. I feel like it's impossible to intentionally manifest, because in order to intentionally manifest, you need to take inspired action, and you also need to be able to keep your vibration up. If you don't have a relationship with your higher self, often it's very hard to keep your vibration up because you become very occupied with worldly things, with external things. And the higher self is all about turning inward, all about making sure that the inner maintenance is being done so that we can see the reflection of that on the outside. So ways that you can connect with your higher self will be meditation. Meditation is a great way. Yoga is a great way. Taking time to just sit in stillness and connect. Because what happens when you sit in stillness is that your mind, the mind is not the higher self. Your mind begins to think thoughts. And when you sit in stillness, you're able to hear and articulate what those thoughts are. When you're able to articulate the thoughts, instead of acting off of the emotion that the thoughts make you feel, when you're able to articulate the thoughts before the emotion, you're able to give yourself an opportunity to say, hey, I know my brain is creating all this stuff, but that's not actually how I feel. That's not actually what I believe. I don't know where I pick this belief system up from, but it doesn't serve me, so I'm going to choose to not live by it anymore. But in order to get to the place where you can make that decision and make space for your true voice, for your highest self, is by stillness. Okay? So I don't really know if there is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. My mind would not let me think of what it was. And I went to Catholic school, so I'm very familiar. But my brain wouldn't let me think of the Trinity for some reason. But anyway, all this to say, I want you guys to manifest everything you want. But you'll have to understand that in order to manifest everything you want, you have to know what you want. And in order to know what you want, it takes a little bit of introspection. So yes, I think that is all for today. Nice, short, quick video. My son is getting antsy. I thought he was going to take a nap, but I was wrong, as I usually am. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take some time today to journal. I think that writing without thinking about what you're gonna write, but just like conscious flowing of writing, an unconscious flow of writing. Oh my gosh, that was so hard to get out. That can really help you connect with your higher self too, because you can start when you do this, when you write without any expectation, your brain will say, oh well, let's write about this, let's do this, and then you're going to get to a point when you realize there are no rules to what you're writing about, and you're not going to show anyone what you're writing about, so you can just write what you want to write without thinking about it. And when you get to that point, that's when the illumination starts happening. That's when you really start to tap into that person that you are meant to be. And when we tap into our higher selves, then we learn how to take that higher self from being a voice in the back of our head to a voice at the forefront, that not only that we don't only think with, but the higher self can start to influence our subconscious thoughts, our subconscious beliefs, and overall make our mental space more harmonious, which, as we just discussed, makes our external life more harmonious. Okay, now I'm done. I love you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.